Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Shekhar Iyerji, and we are going to talk about the new developments around the country. First off, today is election day in Karnataka, and we'll get some inputs upon how things are progressing. The last few days, what happened in the lead up to the elections, then the new issues that have cropped up in Rajasthan, and also the Kerala stories being banned in a few states, some states not banned but effectively banned, all this stuff and more. So let's welcome Sri Shekhar Iyerji. Shekharji, namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel, sir. How are you?
Namaskar. Thank you very much, sir. I'm great.
So Shekharji, first off, let us look at the amount of money that has been seized in Karnataka. 375 crores, perhaps a new record for the state. Now, which parties were the ones who were caught with the money with the cookie in the hand in the cookie jar, sir?
Well, a number of Congress candidates have been found with money, some JDS too, some JDS, not the candidate themselves, but their supporters.
And amazingly,
And
no BJP.
no, there are some cases people who are seen to be a supporters of BJP, but the amount seized itself, sir, that itself is quite shocking. I mean, the total value is 375 crores, and of which 150 crore is cash itself. That is 147.46 crore, and then 22 lakh liters of liquor, which is worth 83.66 crore. Then you have ganja and other psychedelic drugs, which is about worth 23.67 crore. Then gold, jewelry and all that. That is about 96.60 crores. In 2018, it was only 83.93 crores. So it's 4.5 times more than what was seized in 2018. And this is apart from enforcement agencies have been enforcement directorate, other agencies. They seized about 83.78 crore, and enforcement director has also attached about property worth about 288 crore. So you can see that the amount of money that was involved in this election is phenomenal. And I believe, the people are saying that an average candidate, no matter which party he belongs, could have spent anywhere, close to 50 crores. I mean, this kind of money, of course, today the elections are, you don't have volunteers. I mean, let us be fair to candidates also. There are no more people who are working just, pro bono, just for the sake of the cause. Today, the election campaigns are run like, running a corporate operation where you actually hire people, you pay them salaries, you pay them daily wages apart from bata and all that, food and refreshments and all that. It's a quite expensive affair. I mean, it's very, but apart from that, the fact that, so much of money is involved. And sir, in terms of freebies, actual freebies, which is to be distributed to the people, I hear that some 25, I mean, almost 25 crore worth of pressure cooker, refrigerators, sewing machines, other kitchen appliances have been seized in these raids. And election commission has been particularly, have been, working very hard. I mean, they have appointed observers, they have micro observers, you have people from income tax department touring invariably it is the rivals who tip off, about the kind of money. And in one case, sir, in Karnataka, money was, found on the tree. I mean, literally on the tree top. And that was close to, I am told, close to about 2-3 crores. I mean, bundled up and kept on the tree, I mean, tucked in between branches.
So if was there any bicycle, sir? Was there any bicycle? Because Mulayam Singh Yadav used to keep his bicycle up there.
During his wrestling days. And
right.
At this time, sir, of course, Tamil Nadu is, other neighboring states, of course, always Tamil Nadu had earned the notoriety for big distribution, how there would be what is called scientific way of payment. Because I have heard in the heydays of DMK, when Alagiri was the forefront, what the scientific payment, they would collect petrol rolls, and go, and they would never distinguish between low income group or high income group or middle income group. They will visit every household from the posh locality to the and then make the payment and tick. If anybody refused or anyone felt outraged, they'd say sorry and bow out. And the second team would come to check whether a payment has already, actually been made or whether it was done. A third team would ensure whether any persons have been left out. Now, this kind of arrangements, DMK and ADMK under Jayalalitha and after Jayalalitha also has been quite notorious for this way of influencing voters. But this time, sir, people in Karnataka are quite amazed at the kind of money that has been spent. And of course, people, the Congress, when asked about this, they say, no, no, we have followed the Election Commission's guidelines. What about the BJP? Prime Minister himself goes. There is a road show. There are road shows by Amit Shah and others. Those expenses are not shown at all. It's not passed on to any candidate. So there is accusation, counter accusation, but definitely the use of money power. Apart from you have seen muscle power, it has taken new forms and a new way of rather more sophisticated and subtle ways of luring the voters to the booths.
So money does grow on trees then.
It does, but in Karnataka it is actually doesn't grow; it is placed for distribution later.
Well, this is just the Karnataka elections. The elections are going on today. It's today's election day. And there is some other interesting stuff brewing in Rajasthan. Sir, walk us through. I have completely lost context here. Who's with whom? Who's saving whom? And what are the parties involved? Please explain to us what's going on there, sir.
So, I mean, for a simpler understanding of the Rajasthan thing, Sachin Pilot is not with Ashok Gehlot. Ashok Gehlot is not with Sachin Pilot. Two leading Congress leaders, where the state is headed for election, Rajasthan. Now, Sachin Pilot is not with Vasundhara Raje, and Vasundhara Raje is not with Sachin Pilot, though she is a BJP leader. She is more with Ashok Gehlot. And Vasundhara Raje is not so much with BJP, rather she is with herself. And BJP in turn is looking for somebody who can be an alternative to Vasundhara Raje, so that, but at the same time, like Yedurappa, she cannot be disposed of. She is needed. So it is in this kind of scenario, what we are seeing is poor Sachin Pilot, who was the Rajasthan Pradesh Congress Committee chief in 2018 elections, who campaigned and who won, who did excellent campaign for the BJP, and trounced Vasundhara Raje and pulled her out of power, has been still waiting in the wings for justice from his own party. So you saw in 2020, he along with about 20 odd legislators, broke away, drove into BJP ruled Haryana and waiting for a big revolt to happen. At the time, it was suspected that BJP was indeed backing him. But then this man lacked courage, and one phone call from Priyanka Gandhi, who promised him that we will settle it, definitely you will be made a chief minister after some time, but come down, let us put out this fire. Since then, 2020 to 23, he has been waiting, and looks like he has almost lost the plot. So, and Ashok Gehlot in the meanwhile, though High Command has not been a great favorite of him because he is seen as more greater admirer of Narendra Modi than Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi, and but the fact that he is a great fund manager for the Congress has kept the Congress High Command or the family from acting against him, and he commands a majority of MLAs on his side. But elections are due in another 6 months, sir, and it is seen where we are seeing Sachin. Actually, it was Ashok Gehlot who provoked Sachin Pilot. 3 days ago, he said, "Look, I appeal to Sachin Pilot and all his people to return the BJP money. They had taken advance from Amit Shah. They could not pull down by government. Now they should honestly return the money. If they don't want to, they cannot return the money. If they have extorted money, I will ask ASIC to help them refund that money to Amit Shah." And he thanked Vasundhara Raje for saving his government. Now saying that it is she who saved him by not backing Sachin Pilot. Now this is letting the not one cat, all cats out of the bag.
Sir, it is more like letting the bag out of the cat.
True. And that and Sachin, and naturally Vasundhara was livid, because at a time when what has been talked about in whispers, that she rather wanted Ashok Gehlot to continue than any alternative arrangements to come, because she's still hoping that she would return as chief minister. And this has been a difficult situation, and BJP has been grooming other leaders like Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, who is the water minister who has been working and impressing Modi a lot on the Jal Jeevan mission. That is Gargar, Jal program, where have piped water supply to homes, thousands of homes. So, and he's one of the leaders. There are other leaders whom the BJP, because BJP, like in Karnataka, sir, is looking for a shift in the a leadership, because it has been too much Vasundhara dominated, and Vasundhara had refused in 2014. When Prime Minister Modi took office in Delhi after a huge mandate, he wanted Vasundhara to join his central cabinet. I believe she was even offered the post of defense minister, which she refused because she didn't want to leave the Karnataka scene. And last
Rajasthan
minute,
scene,
there
yeah.
was a lot of problem between Vasundhara and her detractors in terms of ticket distribution. So despite, and and one must say that Vasundhara was not a bad chief minister, because in the 2013 election she got a huge mandate, ever won by the BJP in Rajasthan, came to power. But her style of functioning, her the way she antagonized her own party people, led to a situation where inviting was inevitable, and BJP handed Rajasthan in a platter to Ashok Gehlot. And Ashok Gehlot is belongs to Mali community, which is an OBC community, and but it's not a threat to other dominant communities like either say Jats or Thakurs, or they do not have a problem like say if put a Brahmin chief minister, because Rajasthan has had two Brahmin chief ministers earlier. So this is the kind of scenario we are seeing. The BJP's problem is they cannot spit out Vasundhara, they can't swallow Vasundhara. Now, with this open exposure of all these things, and Sachin Pilot has now announced, he says, I can understand, and his campaign in 2018 was against the corruption, so-called corruption charges against Vasundhara. He says that mandate was to investigate corruption of Vasundhara, but that was not done. Now I know why it is not done, because Ashok Gehlot and Vasundhara are hand in glove, they have good relationship. So he is launching another yatra, Jan Jagran Yatra, from that's tomorrow, from from April, May the 11th, from Ajmer, the city of temples and shrine, Khwaja Mohammed Chishti's shrine. From there, he is going to Jaipur. It's a 5-day yatra, but it's a huge embarrassment. Sir, what is interesting is these leaders could not wait even for Karnataka election to get over. At a time when Karnataka, Congress needed to project a united face, a united front, these people, the moment the campaign ended, they immediately, of course, Ashok Gehlot fired the first shot on the last day of the campaign, and Sachin Pilot took it up later. Sachin Pilot problem is, sir, he belongs to Gujar community, and Gujar community by itself, though they are, there have been agitation for Gujar quota in Rajasthan, by themselves they are not so dominant to completely, reverse, election scene. So his disappointment is basically with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, but then his options are limited. He cannot leave the Congress party. Perhaps if he had only come out then, 2020, and joined the BJP, probably he could have moved ahead. But then he lacked guts, and he was, taken in too much by Priyanka Gandhi's assurance. So this is where we are. But just as the Karnataka results, whichever it goes, whether Congress manages to come to power with the help of JDS on its own, or BJP comes to power, the headache now in Karnataka, in Rajasthan, is going to be much bigger than even in Karnataka. And sir, in Rajasthan, there are 25 Lok Sabha seats. In Karnataka, there are 28 Lok Sabha seats. But in terms of perception, for the Congress, any problem in Rajasthan will, completely cast a shadow in large parts of North India.
True. Hindi belt. And some interesting things happening. West Bengal banned the screening of Kerala story. Tamil Nadu did not ban it because the Madras High Court said you cannot ban the movie, but they ensured that no theater owner will screen the movie. There was one theater owner who dared doing it in Coimbatore, and 300 people were watching, and 45 policemen were standing guard outside. I don't know if they had a repeat show or if it was just one show. Shekharji, isn't this a bit much?
Rather, it is too much, sir. At least in Kerala, where it is a huge controversy, and there is There are very contrasting views about the film, about its accuracy, about its depiction. At least after Kerala High Court allowed the film, nobody has tried to stop the film. But in Tamil Nadu, I see, sir, the theatre owner associations were nudged, rather egged on by the DMK managers not to show the film, because DMK's worry is if the film were to be shown, maybe BJP will get some traction and then the polarization would take faster place and its own minority vote bank could get affected. So they got the film somehow stopped despite Madras High Court allowing it. So much worse was Bengal, sir. In Bengal, the film has been running for the last 4 days. There was no trouble. It was drawing crowds. People made advance booking. And Mamata directed the chief secretary to stop the film. So police went in a very ham-handed manner in the midst of the shows to stop the film, throwing out the viewers who had genuinely purchased ticket, and also those who had already purchased ticket. It was they turned up at cinema halls. They were chased away by police, though they had genuine ticket. At least they could have got refund. So which goes to show again the problem, sir. It is a 30% vote in Bengal, which Mamata is worried, and her fear is if she is not bothered about upholding liberty to see a film or a freedom and things like that. Though she was very exercised over central government not allowing the BBC documentary on Gujarat riots. Here it has been very ham-handed manner, and thereby she is forcing more and more people to watch a Kerala story in Bengal, hook or by crook. Now, my political friends in Bengal tell me, sir, like Kerala, there is a problem of young girls being lured by people, and then they may not be taken to for ISIS training, but definitely they are duped, and sometimes they are forced to convert. I mean, this is there in Bengal. I mean, this is not a hidden story, but nobody talks about it for the simple reason major political parties other than BJP are depending on the 30% vote bank, and which has an influence over 100 odd assembly constituencies, because the West Bengal has about 294 assembly constituencies. So in 100 odd constituencies, this factor is very big. So you don't have anybody talking about it. And across the country, sir, the debate is like this. People don't want to watch the film. People have not seen the film. They have read some reviews and they go about saying that, look, this film is all bunkum. It should not be shown. I mean, people who are votaries of freedom in other cases are the ones who are demanding ban. Though Supreme Court has made it very clear that there is no question of imposing any ban on any film. There cannot be any, a post-censorship after the Central Board of Film Certification, CBFC, has issued a certificate. And though CBFC is typically called the censor board, it's actually a film certification board. Now, can we suppress those issues? That is a big point. I mean, okay, now you have given a lot of publicity to Kerala story. Kashmiri file, same thing happened. The producers were attacked. They were debunked. I mean, at all levels, the attack was mounted, but still Kashmir films did very well as a commercial cinema. Similarly, Kerala story is attracting attention, and channels have been actually carrying interviews of people, some of whose stories, actually triggered the creation of Kerala story. This story needs to be, I mean, we are not trying to suggest that it is only Hindu women are being trafficked or Hindu women are being duped. It's quite possible there are other women, even or only Muslim women. I mean, women them as a group have been targeted by this kind of thing which is going on. It needs investigation, but at the same time, the efforts of the Kerala story, if you look at what the producers say, is to educate and bring awareness as to how young girls who are not, who are just in teens or just stepping out of teens, being trapped by these people who have several agendas. Apart from, driven by lust, they are also driven by some high religious agendas, conversion and things like that. So I think this has resulted in polarization. Congress has kept silent in these attacks on, the producers, and like one NCP leader yesterday called for hanging the producers, to death because they produced such a film. Now, NCP is an alliance partner of Congress. Does Congress support all these things? Sir, one thing is getting clear, we like it or not, because whenever we talk of polarization of votes, when the secular so-called our the thinking class or our commentariat, when they use the word polarization, they mean to mean only the BJP, without realizing the other so-called secular parties are also contributing to this. I mean, instead of allowing a film is a film. I mean, of course, they say that why did they say 32,000? That was used as a teaser, and since has been withdrawn. That 32,000 women were taken to ISIS or whatever. But definitely in North Kerala, where Muslims socio-economic profile is not as bad as in other parts of the country where there are actually poor Muslims. Here they are well off, but they are attracted to this extremist ideology, and some of them have ended up in a kind of adventure, rather misadventure, and some are still languishing in prison. Some are in Afghanistan. Now, it is important that our people, sir, in cities like Madhya Pradesh, Indore, I am told that it is easy for the Muslim youths to enter the Hindu locality and dressed up as, appear as Hindu youths, and then, get into a relationship, then declare that they are actually Muslims, and ask by then the girl is too much in love or too much in a situation where she cannot get out and is forced to convert. Then she undergoes a lot of mental agony. And we have had interviews of people in Kerala girls saying, look, how they were gradually brainwashed into first hating Hindu symbols and the Hindu but at the end of it, when things get sour, then they realize, what kind of trap they walked in. And I'm not saying this is happening only in respect of using religion, but religion is also being used apart from other ways in which our women folk are subjected to immense atrocities, immense atrocities. And Bengal is not exception, sir. That is what I'm told from the ground in Bengal. Bengal is having this problem, and Mamata wants to cap it. Mamata doesn't want this to be shown because TZ doesn't want any genuine debate on the social equations and the social situation in Bengal. Apart from the political life, we all know how horrid it is in Bengal in terms of political violence, political killings.
Yes, indeed. And now let's take a few questions, Shekharji, with your permission.
Yes, please.
CA Viswanathan wants to know, will BJP win Rajasthan? Is PM Modi reputation going down?
Well, sir, Rajasthan has never repeated governments. So therefore, this is the time. It's a BJP is naturally coasting, rather very hopeful, and I mean it is going to be normal. And given the kind of scams and problems and internal dissensions in the Congress, BJP should not have a problem. That is one. Apart from the fact that whether the reputation of Modi has gone down, I mean that's a question that needs to be more answered with more realistic assessment. Because today, as we are talking, Prime Minister is on way to Rajasthan to launch projects. After Karnataka, definitely the attention is shifting to Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Rajasthan. Three states in which Madhya Pradesh, they are in power. They came back to power after a brief rule of Kamal Nath because of revolt by Jyotiraditya Scindia. Chhattisgarh has had a Congress government. You have Baghel as Chief Minister. Now, Telangana is again another state where BJP definitely would like to show that it has emerged as the real alternative to KCR. Now, these states are going to get a lot of attention just after the Karnataka poll is dusted and done, and there is a government in place. So, Rajasthan, sir, Prime Minister is not going to let it go like that. You're going to see through the thick of this, this summer, you're going to see Prime Minister's repeated forays, because the BJP formula for these elections, as well as Lok Sabha, is clear. The campaign will revolve around the Prime Minister. His personality is deliveries as the head of the government, of the BJP government, the last 9 years. Apart from the mistakes of the opposition, acts and commissions and omissions of the government in respective states, and also the other ideological issues like uniform civil code, Hindutva, and of course Ram Temple is gearing up for launch in mid-January. That is also going to, of course, that will be post these elections. But definitely the run-up will see a lot of talk of how the Ram Temple was achieved. And the Bajrang Dal issue, sir, will not die down with Karnataka elections. This is going to get repeated in Rajasthan, where this will be made an issue by the BJP. And a lot of defense mechanism would be needed by the Congress to say, no, we were not those people who wanted that. So, you have to live with these ghosts of Bajrang Dal chasing them in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh. So you're going to see that, of course, in the process, Hanuman Chalisa will get to be chanted much more in public space rather than in private homes.
True, true. Next question from Chaitanya Takle. Can BJP make inroads in Telangana? You just touched upon it, I think.
Yeah, I do expect, sir, given the state of the Congress, I mean, and the fact that the KCR has targeted BJP leaders more than the Congress, I think, and if you recall, for some time, the KCR has been silent, as if, he had wasted a lot of ammunition quite early. So he has gone rather silent. He's also watching the Karnataka elections. But if the BJP were to stage a comeback in Karnataka, that's going to have a big boost in Telangana, neighboring state. And one may see even the BJP rank and file would feel greatly enthused. But definitely BJP will give a very good fight in Telangana, sir. There is no doubt about it. And how much will it transform? Because there also you have the what is called a vote bank syndrome, which is quite aligned with all forces which are against the BJP. So that is also going to see a interesting battle and a very tough battle. But already we are seeing tension in the on the KCR's party, his national ambitions notwithstanding. I mean, is it easy to displace him? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But definitely, inroads have been made. There could be a dent in the figures, and of course, as astrologers, are telling KCR, you will get dented, painted, and all that, but still you will somehow struggle to come back to power. This is what I hear astrologers are telling KCR.
Here's an observation. Venture Dent wants to know, Mr. Iyer, I have a question for you. I am surprised where the hell you get time to rest. Most part of the day, your videos keep coming, and that makes me ask this question. Well, I don't know. Venture,
Now, the question should be put to Sree Iyer ji. In fact, it is Sree Iyer ji who is, regularly loading so many of hangouts with so many people, a variety of experts. I wonder where does he? In fact, I asked him the other day, sir, please tell us the secret of your energy. And you're all the time fresh, full of enthusiasm, and ready to tell our, thousands of our viewers as to what's happening in this country and what are the dangers we are facing, what kind of things are ahead of us. That's a wonderful job Sree Iyer is doing. I think he must tell us what is the secret.
certainly not boost, sir. It is, if I have to say it in Tamil, it is like Andavan solran, Iyer seiran. So same way, if I have to say it in Hindi, भगवान बोलता है भक्त करता है बस.
Or I will add, जैसा भक्त वैसा भगवान. That's an old Hindi saying.
Sorry, can you put the question, please? I missed. Shekhar Ayerji, I just want to know, if Congress distributes money to voters, then how this 40% commission against BJP will work in Karnataka? That is different. This is different.
This is different. This is collection, that is distribution.
Sorry, Jagannath. It is like this. If there was a joke. There was a place called RK Nagar in it's a constituency inside Chennai, and this guy TTV Dinakaran, who was the cousin of nephew of Sachikala. Sachikala was in jail at that time. Jayalalitha had passed away, and I think she was the one who was having RK Nagar, and that constituency went into re-election. He wanted to win this at any cost. Rumor is that he was spending 20,000 rupees per vote. 20,000. Never unheard of. And even the DMK candidate lost his deposit because everybody wanted to get that 20,000 rupees and vote for TTV Dinakaran. The challenge was, he knew some people, like middle class people, will not vote for him. So they were not distributing to all those wards where there were middle class families. So a couple of middle class families came up to their place where they were distributing the cash and said, "Give me my money." He said, "But you don't vote for us. So what? Give me the money still." So,
So Sree Iyer ji, do you remember in the 2016 election in Tiruchirappalli, 5 crore cash was stored up a town bus, and that company was linked to one of the leading DMK leaders who is a minister in Stalin's government today. And That was a sensational seizure. Somehow they got a tip, and you had IT officials, EC officials climbing up the bus stop and removing those bundles, which were very neatly placed.
And there was another interesting case for a municipal election, like the panchayat or something like that. A TRS candidate, I think, in Telangana, he gave bribe, and then he lost the election. So he goes back to all the houses where he gave the bribe, and he said, "Give me back the money, otherwise I'm going to sprinkle this mantrichified yellow rice on you. Only bad luck will come to your house." He scared many people, and they gave the money back, sir. That also happened. So we have some very interesting stories. Let's go to the next question. Ravi Razdan wants to know, your videos on Aarsha Vindhya Samajam 1 year back were an eye-opener. Thank you so much, Ravi. Yes, it was, I think, 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, something like that. Yes. It was very, very heartbreaking when I did that thing. It really, 5,000 women are being rehabilitated there. A few boys also have come back from Islam to Hinduism. Manoj is doing a wonderful job. If you guys have some spare money, please consider donating to Aarsha Vindhya Gurukulam. The data is in in the description section of those videos. Please consider donating. They really, really need, because they're trying to find occupations for them to be on their own feet, so that they can lead their lives. And many are teachers, many are helping out in various tasks. So you can do a huge favor by helping them with some donations. Thank you. Next one, please. Ruben Loganathan wants to know why no central agencies have got involved in the PTR claim that Stalin's son and son-in-law made 30,000 crores in a year. Shouldn't they have investigated this claim to ascertain if it is true? Your thoughts, sir?
Well, central agencies, I mean, they do not go by a particular specific claim made in an audio whose authenticity may be questioned. Rather, I believe they are working on a lot of, because after all, Annamalai, the BJP Tamil Nadu chief, has come out with a DMK file where he has mentioned some figures. He has stated some particular projects in which huge killing has been made, and that documents he has passed on, and maybe the central agencies are examining. That's a different thing. But the fact that the phone call that particular phone audio recording has dented the reputation of PTR, and somehow has affected the relationship with the first family. Of course, we are hearing that a cabinet reshuffle will take place tomorrow, and in fact, TR Balu's son is being inducted as a minister, and one minister, Nazir, is being dropped from the Stalin on the grounds of non-performance. But what we are going to see is there may be reshuffle of portfolios. One will wait to see whether PTR gets to retain the finance portfolio. But I believe there are not many takers for the finance portfolio in Tamil Nadu. I mean, among the ministers, that's what I am told.
No Malay ministry, is it?
No, not Malay ministry. Probably there is no Malay left after all these doles and things like that. And the minister, because the finance minister has to only look for resources. So therefore, there is a lot of talk. Maybe PTR will retain his position, but definitely the very fact that he met at Stalin and gave an explanation has created some kind of an instability in the equations among the top BJP leaders. So that is waiting to be seen. Yeah. And Stalin wants to effect this reshuffle before he leaves abroad. He is to visit Singapore and other places for sake of investment promotion, and probably for his usual health checkups.
Next question, please. R.K. Rao wants to know what would be the effect of Bhawana and Sheesh Mahal revelations issue on AAP?
Well, so definitely Aam Aadmi Party is no longer perceived as the kind of party with which it came to power. Though they got a first huge mandate, then the second mandate. Now, but subsequent to that, what has happened to the Delhi excise scam? Though, release in bail of two people, in the judge's observation has been made a big thing as a certificate of, complete innocence and exoneration by the AAP leaders. They have been holding press conference on that. But the fact that the excise scam, now the Sheesh Mahal, the facts that are tumbling out, the fact that this expenditure that was incurred during a COVID period, and for a place which is supposed to be the official residence of the chief minister, the manner in which tender work was given, and Congress has also jumped into this controversy, accusing Kejriwal that the money spent is not 44 point or 45 crores, is much more, because some houses were taken on rent and all that. So it's a much bigger issue. So the next assembly election in Delhi is due only after the Lok Sabha elections. But even in the Lok Sabha election, there are going to be issues, because they did win the municipal corporation election. That too, BJP did not do as badly as it was expected. But at the same time, Kejriwal needs to do much more, explaining as to how far his politics has strayed from, the clean politics that he promised earlier when he stood beside Anna Hazare.
True,
So
true.
these are all questions people are asking.
All right. I think, thank you, R.K. Rao, for your generous grant. Narayanan Mahalingam wants to know who will take the credit if Congress wins Karnataka, Kharge, Rahul, or Priyanka?
Sir, can there be any doubt on this? The credit will go starting from Sonia Gandhi, who addressed one meeting. That is where she went. And then, of course, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, and people are saying if Karnataka win is actually very impressive. I mean, they formed their government without depending on no one. Then there will be clamor for Rahul to return as Congress chief. Kharge will be bidden goodbye. Thank you, sir. That is also possible.
Next question, please. Push wants to know final words from you. Who wins Karnataka?
Well, I am looking at two situations, sir. I cannot see any party coming on its own for a comfortable win with with good majority. So I see a situation where it is Karnataka could be headed for a coalition kind of arrangement, whether it is BJP plus JDS, which seems more natural to happen, or it is going to be Congress plus JDS, or JDS plus Congress, in the sense who gets to be the chief minister. This scenario is still there because the initial robust confidence of the Congress has come down after Prime Minister's campaign, after new issues came up, after Bajrang Dal and things like that, and polarization, not just in coastal areas but other states. But at the same time, BJP has had severe issues, severe problems, severe challenges. That's why they are also not in a great position. That's my reading. To one can say that they will come back with a great margin.
Ravi Razdan wants to know, with Mamta banning screening of Kerala story and TN putting hurdles, I'd like to know why they are complacent about Hindu votes.
So one reason is the Hindu vote is divided. In Tamil Nadu, it is more caste which is driving voting behavior. And Bengal is concerned, sir, if 30% of solid vote you have of one particular community, then all you need to win, because she has been getting close to 50% of Bengal votes, she needs only 20% of the majority community. And that is not easy. That's not difficult for Mamata. That is why she has been winning in Bengal. She has a 30% solid, and more she needs is another 20% of the other communities. So that is why. So that's why I always said BJP's challenge in Bengal is demography more than ideology.
Yes,
just as it is in Kerala.
Thank you so much, Shekhar ji. As always, viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. I found one thing. If you're watching the video on a cell phone, if you've already subscribed, it will not prompt you for subscription. So it's only when you're not subscribed that you will find the subscribe button. So if you don't see the subscribe button showing up, most likely you've already subscribed to our channel, but you can always refer us to your friends and family. We do try very hard to bring you facts, the truth. And Shekhar ji, thank you so much for increasing your bandwidth. Now we are having regular programs from Shekhar ji on Wednesdays. In fact, the next program of Shekhar ji is not Saturday night, but it will be Sunday morning, by which time you will have a very clear idea about who has won the Karnataka election. Shekhar ji, so we'll see you next Sunday at 10 a.m. same time. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.